where do I put my legs on the leg press? It's really going to depend upon your goals. I would also say it's going to depend on your body structure. If you're a little bit taller, you obviously have longer limbs, the joint angle is going to be different. You're probably going to want to bring your feet up a little bit higher. It may be uncomfortable on your knees to have your feet all the way down at the bottom of the platform. And then thirdly, it's going to really depend on your injury history, particularly if you've had any knee surgeries or any surgeries related to the hip or the ankle. Now, if you've had knee surgery, I've had ACL surgery on my right knee. I cannot do leg presses with my feet down at the bottom comfortably. I feel a lot of joint discomfort in my knees when there's too much flexion of the knee joint. For me, what I find best is keeping my feet in the middle of the platform. So I'm very mindful of that. So if you had knee surgeries, play around with the angle to see what feels best. If you feel any discomfort or pressure on your knees, adjust the position. So a typical rule of thumb is further down on the platform, the more knee flexion you're gonna get, which is gonna put more emphasis on the quad. When you bring your feet towards the middle of the platform, you get a nice balance of quad and glute activation. And then when you bring your feet all the way up to the top, you're putting more emphasis on your glutes. Another question I get is, should I go wide? Should I go narrow? People say, oh, you go narrow, it hits more outer quads. I don't necessarily believe that's true. I actually find that when I bring my feet a little bit wider and I drive those knees out, particularly at the bottom when I'm coming back up, I feel more activation of the outer quad. I don't really recommend going narrow. Also, the thing you're gonna run into is it's gonna hit you in the chest. So it's also gonna restrict your range of motion, restrict your knee flexion. If you go out a little bit wider, you're gonna start bringing in a little bit more of the adductors into the motion, particularly at the bottom on the way back up. I always like to stick either with shoulder width or slightly wider than shoulder width. That's my general rule of thumb here. Thank you guys. If you want more, check out the full leg workout, the final boss WrestleMania leg day right here.